I've been making paintings based on images of American presidential families for quite a few years now. I began with the paintings during the Obama presidency, and it really was a moment of hope. I've always pushed against the idea of American exceptionalism, and yet there's something about this place that pulls people in, and that pulls me in. In the recent paintings, I'm still interested in American self-conceptions, but realizing that more than ever, politics are made through personalities. So I've been looking at American cultural icons of the past as well. Figures who've come to represent something larger for us. The big question seems to be, who are we supposed to look up to now? The studio is really important. Having that space to go to every day is really important outside of everything else in your life. Spaces are important, and I don't think I would have made the paintings that I'm making if I hadn't been here in the United States. Being in this place has really determined my subject matter. More than policy, more than politics, I became interested in how these were iconic figures that people used and related to, and that they became part of a shared history. And so I started looking at pop culture, these people who have shaped time, who we look to as representing something bigger than themselves, and adapt into our own stories. All of these really momentous occasions of bringing together these symbolic personalities and the strangeness of these moments, but of course they make perfect sense in this American narrative. I've always looked to photographs as source material to find stories, especially like these archived White House photographs. They're documents of moments in history, and really significant moments usually. You know, they are an incomplete story. There's so much of the space that we don't see beyond the frame, and that's half of what's interesting, is just imagining and inserting ourselves into the rest of the picture. I paint a lot, I edit a lot, and so I ended up with a lot of these painting surfaces that I'd ripped off of the backs of stretchers in order to reuse them. And I'd always done collage as a way to figure out compositions, to sort of organize space. And it made sense at one point to use these surfaces, these painted surfaces, rather than paper. They offer so much more. It's sort of the physicality of that surface is something completely different than just color. And so at some point, piecing them together, using these failed paintings as maybe some kind of potential made sense. And I started cutting them up. Bringing them together with these edges that I'd never been able to make before, it transformed the spaces, it transformed the physicality of the picture. It's sort of offered this new language for me. I think my biggest takeaway from this series is really how much we rely on these figures, how much we need leaders, how much we need people to look up to build ourselves around. And also thinking about how much things have changed, looking at these historic moments from our own time. A lot of the situations aren't resolved, and they will surely repeat themselves. And so that cyclical nature of history seems really important.